Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, hello. Uh, Oops, turned my phone off. Evening, everybody. Sorry about that. Not very metal countdown thing. We'll work on that. Hello, especially if you are recently liking and following Metal Methodist. Good to see you all. So, if you've been here, this is the first time. Yesterday was your first time, or if you've never commented before, please do simply just say hello. So we can see who's watching and say hello to each other. And if you want to post comments, whether you're on Twitter or YouTube or Facebook, please do. And then we can share those so everyone can see people's comments. But yeah, if you are watching for the first few times, it'd be great to say hello and maybe where you are in the world. So I'm just going to share this to my Facebook page. Done. First comments in. Come on, James, get the comments up, dude. He's here. Hello, Stephen. Are you on a train again? Or are you or not on a train? I hope wherever you are, your signal is good. And good to have you here again, my friend. Hello, Joyce. Are you all right? Hello, Nigel. Hello, Leslie. Hi, Bev. All right. Yes, I prepared and everything. Look in my portmanteau. What was I supposed to do? Welcome. Yes. Right. That's welcoming done. Yes. I have got a question. Say hello to some more people. Hello, Mother. Hey, and Bev's in Blackpool. Lovely. I hope the weather's all right. It's a bit windy here. Hello, Angela. So, Stephen, you're on the train home again. Right. Still trying to avoid the tunnels on the way to Dover. Oh, fantastic. Have a safe journey. And hi, Sally. So I had a question that, especially because some of us many of us have purchased Witch Hazel goodness from witchhazel.bandcamp.com. Some of us have purchased the Stairway Christmas single or other Stairway stuff. Some of us may even have gone shopping at nordicmission.net. And some of us may have, some of us were at Nordic Fest. Clearly there are many of us here who like metal. So an invitation, anybody want to come on and, as in on the camera thing, using your computer or phone or laptop or what's it called? Tablet, that's it. And talk about maybe a bit about your faith, maybe a bit about music, maybe about how those things go together. It'd be cool just to share some of our stories. That'd be awesome. So if you're interested, either if you want to email me, it's revjamesmorley, all one word, at outlook.com, or you can message me, Facebook Messenger, send me a DM, private message. That'd be cool. Where else is there? Or tweet me at metal_Methodist. And hello, Mark. Hey, how are you? How's the family? You all right? You ordered the new Witch Hazel CD. As Gabe ordered the card from Mechanic. You were telling us about that last night. That's fantastic, Sally. There we go. Spreading the word in many ways and many types of word, including those with a capital W, meaning kind of the good news about God in Jesus. Absolutely, Nigel. It's awesome to have Mark here. Plugs at the ready. Here is Mr. Tim Baker from www.allwecan.org.uk. You may have noticed, of course, Tuesday, no hashtag hold together 117 on All We Can's Facebook page. Is that because Matt was still in my understairs cupboard? Is it? Or is it because Tuesday is the Methodist Church's year of prayer kind of session on Methodist Church social media? Who knows? I couldn't possibly comment. There we are. The plugs are in. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Angela. So just wait for a few more people to gather. Hi, Rachel. Oh, it's windy in Blackpool as well. Oh, no. I need to go and shut the back of my fence because, yeah, there's some clunking sounds during the night. There's also a clunking noise in my car later on this afternoon. Oh, gosh. But yeah, we've got live Witch Hazel unboxing shortly, as well as all our usual metal Methodist way of life goodness, and a reading from the Metal Bible. So yeah, stay tuned. But here for a Tuesday evening is a bit of a fix of metal. Oh, more plugs are in. Whoa, thank you, Leslie. What's this? Sally, you've been talking to Matt Forsyth and he wasn't really in my cupboard. That's what he says. Yeah, anyway, here is a dose of metal for a Tuesday evening. Yeah. Just trying to choose which one. Do you know what? Should we go right back to the beginning? This is the first ever Metal Methodist bit of music. And it's a bit doomy. And maybe that fits with a sort of a blowy, dark autumnal November eve. So, Sally has just pointed out that today, all day, is the feast day of St. Hild. So this evening's metal compline will be led by me, St. Hild of Whitby, because apparently she was quite fierce and probably a bit metal. Yes. So good evening, welcome. Though she's probably from Yorkshire, wasn't she? So maybe she spoke like that. I don't know. That's a terrible Yorkshire accent. Sorry, I'll stop now. Oh dear. Hill's turned into Boris Johnson. That's a bit weird. Anyway, yes, I'm very pleased to say that. Oh look, Tim's also spoken to Matt Forsyth today, but Tim says that he sounded a bit muffled and a bit hungry. And I earlier on here tried to eat some of James's hobnobs, but they were all gone. Matthew Forsyth, will you have the cupboard eating biscuits? He's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy. Oh dear, but apparently Matt may not have been in the cupboard because the reason, according to Patrick, that there is no 117 today is because it's only on a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday, and a Sunday. There we go. Stoning anyway. I wish I'd gone to that stoning. Oh, she didn't talk like that, how do you know? Yeah. I think it's that time after that when all we can do is wait for me to find the right video and gather.
As moon rises, the sun slips sight. Begins the ritual of this night. For those convinced their path is right. Gathered from north, south, east and west, yet called at another's behest, those treading the path that is left. From near and far come as you are to this place and embrace this space as dark embraces you. Of water, spirit, earth and fire, confessing the sins of empire, we come with our wounds and desire. Sensing that we are not alone, drawn to the flame that guides us home, for here you, me and yet to be. Importance and signs of these times, for the sake of all those maligned, is yet the home of the divine.
So yes, that's a fair. It's a fair point. Engine bracket. Yeah, fair not, Angela. Even eking out more of yesterday's infernal fire tea from the band Infernal Sea. Before I move on to their black tea, infernal tea from the band Black Tea Sea. I have stopped because, even that is not going to protect my throat. Although talking like Hild for a bit might help me metal growl. Anyway, oh, thank you. Oh dear. Fervent prayer and emojis, brilliant. Oh dear, thank you, Leslie. Thank you. So how are we? Has there been some twosome tack today? my two Tech moments from today were, well, one that I forgot from Saturday, which was I had a call just from a member of one of the churches who simply was asking how I was. That was lovely. I really appreciated that. Yes, actually, Mother, it is your fault. So, please send letters of complaint to Joan Morley, formerly of St. Hills Crescent, in somewhere just outside Whitby. I hope. Yeah. That was one Tech moment the other day I forgot to share, and a Tech moment from today is just have a bit of space to just phone folks, different folks at church, and just have some conversations, just catching up, which is good. So they're my Tech moments. I wonder what yours is. I hope you've had at least one thing today, maybe many things, that has moved you to say not one, but 1,000 thank yous. And as I realised, I've been told last night, my mispronunciation of Chusentach, it is Chusentach. 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 Is that better? Is that getting there? I don't know. But yeah, so apologies for anybody who I offend by mispronouncing Chusentach every day. Sorry. But yeah, what's your moment? I hope it's one thing that lifted your soul, your spirits, gave you a sense of hope, a sense of something bigger, the divine, God, the other. Just one thing as we reflect back from that day. If you've ever had a moment like that today, please do drop in a comment, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter. It'd be great to share as we encourage each other and say, Tusen Tag! Oh, these comments are making my day. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Ah, dear. So what have we got? So from Joyce, Susan Tack, for having a chance to catch up with friends on the phone today. From Leslie, Susan Tacking, that lots of steroids have kicked in so she can move again without pain. Fantastic. Yes, thank you. Geniuses of medicine and those who administer it. Tusen Tax for laughs. Yes, Mother. Yeah. I didn't know that you were laughing when I was born. You said it was the gas at the time, but I'm not sure now. Tusen Tack for Angela for having. Oh, my boss has gone weird. Hello. What's that about? Tusen Tack for having a better night's sleep. Oh, good. Yeah, I hope that was good. You felt refreshed, and it's another good night tonight. Tusen Tack from Sally for sharing a parable of 117 on Monday, and a privilege to work with www.allwecan, #HoldTogether117. Yes. There we go. What are the Tusen Tack moments have we got from today? one from Tim. Decent tech for a space. Yes. To regularly laugh out loud. Yes. Yeah. You know. Don't laugh. Don't point and laugh. That's all I'm saying. Decent tech for space to laugh out loud, to sometimes weep, and always to pray with everyone at 7 o'clock. Yes. Thank you, Tim. Likewise. And Angela, thank you. Yes. Who is this all you can of whom you speak? I know. I thought I've recently discovered them. I thought I'd start mentioning them as of tonight. www.allwecan.org.uk. Who they are is a complete mystery, but it sounds good. Any other twosome techiness going on? Well, we're going to come to the laying down bit now, and Angela's already started it by laying down the burden that the beneficial circuit has been carrying for a long time on behalf of the connection, as that is the circuit from which I candidated, and also the burden of the district that also then sent me on to national connection. Yes, probably everyone going, at some point somebody will stop in. Oh no. But yeah, so apologies. Absolutely apologies to all of the Methodist connection and humanity in general. Message from Nigel. Oh, going to a district. Speaking of district, going to a district youth leaders meeting. Fantastic. Hope that goes well. And again, just big shout out and love and prayers for all those who are, even during lockdown and not being able to perhaps do all the stuff we want to do face to face, but are still working with, ministering to, and receiving ministry from young people. Fantastic. Oh, we've got more All We Canness coming. Well, what's this? Joyce, you've ordered the Extraordinary Christmas catalogue, and you've ordered some presents from the Extraordinary Christmas catalogue. Where from whence can we get such a catalogue and do the same? And Matt's just shouted from the cupboard. It's www.allwecan.org.uk. Yeah, thanks, Matt. Cheers. And I can go back now. Yeah, no, thanks. Okay. Yeah. So, are there other things that we want to lay down? Don't necessarily have to share those in a comment. But we acknowledge that there are some things from today that have hurt. Perhaps we're aware of conversations we've had and we've heard of the hurt of other people. Maybe there are things that we are beating ourselves up about, and we don't need to. I got so carried away this comment feature on here that I've completely forgot to share some lyrics. So as we move from twosome teching to laying down, I shall seamlessly hide the fact that I missed the lyrics by sharing these larynx. Share these lyrics as we end our twosome teching for the day. These words from Iron Maiden and the song The Clansman. Walk alone in the hills with the wind in your face. It feels good to be proud and be free. And the air that you breathe, so pure and so clean, when alone in the hills with the wind in your hair, with a longing to feel, just the need to be free. Freedom. And so as we acknowledge those twosome tack moments, maybe it was a moment with creation, there was a twosome tack for you today, we move seamlessly to the laying down. And I'm going to share these lyrics from Megadeth. And just as a point of interest, that if you are a fan of Iron Maiden or a fan of Megadeth, you can read testimonies, stories of faith, about faith and their experience of God and Jesus from Nico McBrain, the drummer of Iron Maiden, and Dave Ellefson, the bass player of Megadeth, in this book called The Metal Bible, and you could even get one, and a rather range of splendid merchandise, including T-shirts, mugs, and coasters. You could get that by going to www.metalbible.com. Yes, you can. So, what was it? Oh, it's laying down. That's it, yeah. But so as we lay down, again, seamlessly, these words from Megadeth and the song, This Was My Life. This was my life. Lying on my bed, examining my head. This is the part of me that hates. This was the wrong thing to do. This was the wrong one to be doing. This was my destiny. This was the road to my ruin. And if you, as I say these words, if you visualize the word that I'm saying in our life, so visualize the word like words like these, what a bits in between, right, and not in the lyrics. I'm just drawing out the lyrics for you, okay? In our life, end of lyric, imagine the word life in your head. In our life, there is if. Can you see it? In between the L and the E, if, life. In our beliefs, visualize the word beliefs, there's lie. In our business and busyness, there is sin. In our bodies, there is die. So, Matt Fossai, how are you commenting from my cupboard? Hold on a minute. He's gone. He's gone. I don't know how he did it, but he's gone. Hope you're all right, Matt. Dear. Yeah, let's lay those things down. When now, without the help of Matt in my cupboard, I completely can't remember how to operate StreamYard. Where do I need to go to for the? Where is? Oh, there it is. Yes. So those things from today that perhaps resonate from those lyrics from Megadeth with you, or just stuff that you need to let go of. I'm not turn away from. We can do that together as we share in these words.
The principalities and will to power, the worms from within my own darkest hour. I confess all the regrets and the regrets, the burdens and fears, the lament and the tears. I lay them down.
And so as we do, no matter how far away we feel from God, God in Jesus comes running out to meet us where we are, arms open wide, and says, come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. May that rest and refreshment be yours and with those whom we love this night. And yeah, you know, it might be out of my cupboard, but hey, he said it was a nice cupboard. And yeah, I agree, Tim, that is an outstanding hashtag. So, right, anybody watching on Twitter, you need to get that hashtag trending now, right? So hashtag Mansgoals, MANSEGOALS, hashtag Mansgoals. Let's get it trending. Excellent. Yeah. So I think it's time we had a reading from the Bible, don't you? Not just any Bible. No. Not even an M&S Bible. No. But the Metal Bible. And today's reading, having opened it in the right place earlier on, then talked about it and shook the blessed thing, is from Philippians. I can't Philippian find it now. Right, hold on. Oh, that's interesting. It's in between the same box it was in last time. So Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 to 7. Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank him for all he has done. Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus. So, yeah, as somebody with an anxiety disorder, I always, I get anxious about the fact that I get anxious as a Christian, and I'm not supposed to get anxious, apparently, according to the Bible. And so it's easier said than done, and maybe that's why, it's part of discipleship and the discipline of, reminding myself to talk to God about it. And that's why we do the laying down, just to get it out of ourselves, give it over. But I pray, if there's stuff that is chewing your head up and making you anxious, that actually you feel able, whether it's here and whatever way throughout the day, you're able just to give those things to God. Because tonight's question from Methodist Way of Life kind of relates to that reading, as if I kind of almost planned it. And so tonight's question is, what is tonight's question, James? I don't know, I can't find it. Have you found it? Yes, I have, James. Oh, good, thank you. Read it then. Okay, I'll read it. Good, I've read it. Have you read it yet? No, I haven't read it. Read it now. Okay, I'll read it now. How are you caring for yourself? In terms of things that are stressful, the experience is stressful, or the things that make us anxious. What are those things, and how do we care for ourselves in terms of getting them out, doing things that help us relax? That's the question for tonight. It'd be great to hear. We've got some comments coming already, but we shall just give time for more comments to drop on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter. And so here is where you can post a comment, scrolling across at the bottom in a minute. So please do let me know how you are caring for yourself at the moment, given stuff that might be making you feel anxious. So let's share that after some music. We have time to think. Now, what should we go for? So we're going Metal Compline 1 we started with, didn't we? I don't know. What should we go for? I think we'll go for this one. No, this is what I'm going for in the end. Metal Panpipes. So, yeah, because we're just chatting just before the music about do not be anxious, which is easier said than done when you have anxiety disorder. So thanks for feeling able to share that you too live with depression and anxiety. Thank you, Sally. I think many of us do, and perhaps the more we're able to talk about it, the better. In terms of, actually it's 1 in 4 of us experience a mental health issue, crisis at some point in our lives, and especially during coronavirus. So let's share. So yeah, Sally cares for herself by going out to walk every day. Fantastic. And trying, which means that actually, if it doesn't happen, that's not something to feel bad about. It is what it is that day. Matt, longer dog walks and time away from the screens. Yes. Walking is a bit of a theme. Because Joyce has said, taking your daughters out for a walk. I might try that. Oh, sorry, taking your daughter's dog out for a walk. I see, yes. I had visions of taking my daughters out on Leeds then for a minute. Yeah, so thanks, Bev, for trying to spend time outside as well. Absolutely. And then I guess particularly whether it's home, especially when we're at home a lot more, and we're working from home, so like Angela, taking a break when you feel stressed, maybe walk or just getting away like Matt from the screens. I think so. If Stephen pausing for a few minutes before replying to work emails, yes, or replying in confrontational situations to prevent your knee-jerk reactions, yes, which sometimes escalate the situations, cause more stress to us. Yeah, absolutely. And I think I'm one of those people that I have my knee-jerk response. Usually I manage to keep it in my head, but then because I haven't actually verbalized it, even if it felt like a valid response later on, it's now stuck inside my head, and it can stay there, buzzing around. So yeah, it's interesting that we perhaps have different approaches, but just how we deal with it is important, and sharing ideas. So thank you. That's really helpful, Stephen. Bev has also said, whoops, I shouldn't say whoops. I just said whoops, I pressed something that I shouldn't have done because Matt's no longer in my cupboard. Trying to plan a short period of meditation in your day. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and do you have is there a special part, do you use the same place in your house each day, Bev? Does it kind of, so you're entering that space, or you just do it wherever you happen to be? I know a few people who have, especially during lockdown and things, created like prayer corners, and there's a sense of entering a different space, even if it's in your house at a certain part of your room, but the fact you're intentionally going in there to be mindful, to be still, or in my case, probably playing really loud heavy metal, but that again, like discipline in discipleship, is helpful over time. It becomes a rhythm. So yeah, fantastic. Thank you. Reading and the good cryptic crossword. Oh, that would wind me up, Leslie, because I wouldn't be able to do it. And that's just the reading. Wow, that's good. Rachel also finds a good book helpful in terms of self-care and relaxing. Fantastic, taking our minds away from things. Is it, St. Marcus of Rashford was saying today that next year he's launching a book club. His family is saying that they couldn't afford books growing up, so he was actually 17 before he kind of discovered and had the resources to be able to read for pleasure. And so he's starting a book club to buy books for children, perhaps who aren't able, his families can't afford to buy the books because of the value of a book to take you out with yourself, a spiritual exercise of reading, taking yourself into a different world for a bit, it could be called escapism, but as a lecture given by the Venerable, Venerable Justine Alain Chapman, who is an archdeacon in the Anglican Church, and she was talking about resilience. And one of the things that really studies have found shown to have helped people when they encounter some really quite horrendous situations later in life is their resilience. And one of the things that helps that the people with the most demonstrated resilience were the people who read fiction, and this and stories where perhaps people have found themselves in difficult situations and somehow they've found a way through, and those stories teach us that that things can be different, that there can be hope, and that then informs us very at a deep level in terms of our resilience when we are faced with those situations ourselves. Although it sounds like Bev and Leslie have started a book club, but like me, Bev would struggle with the crossword. Yeah. Pictionary is more my thing. Every church should get a therapy dog. The school two of my daughters go to has got a therapy dog. And it's never occurred to me. And I went to parents' evening. And there's the dog. I'm not sure if it was for the teachers kind of going, oh no, parents are coming to have a go at us about X, Y, and Z. Like Johnny hasn't ended up in top set or whatever. Or for parents who are sort of, worried about kind of embarrassing their kids, their teenagers. But yeah, what a great thing. And actually, yes, why churches having therapy dogs. That's very interesting. Yeah. That's an interesting thought, that. Thank you. And my mum likes doing craft. Yeah. Speaking of which, Mother, your youngest granddaughter was doing craft in school and sewing and cross stitch, and that was good. So is this your new hobby then? And she said, no. We had to do it. All right, okay. But again, I just, it's so fiddly. So I do admire people who can knit, because it looks exceedingly complicated. My great grand taught me to knit, and what I embarked upon was a scarf, ended up being a wool coaster, because I got a square that big from like, this is doing my head in. So to pass those skills on and to use that as a way of relaxation, that's fantastic. I've got a colleague who does the same. And actually, right, Bev. Actually, what we do for self-care, how we feel, and managing our stress or anxiety can depend on different days. And if it's not a day like today, then maybe sitting in the garden. Book club, metal book club. You enjoy reading the lives of the stories of the saints? Yeah. And that time in sabbatical learning about Hilda was really quite profound, actually. So Angela enjoys pottering in the garden, apart from when cleaning up after local cats have used it as a toilet. Need to lay that down. Oh, yeah, but careful where you do. Someone might tread on it or sit on it. Which reminds me, Angela. So you're in Bedfordshire. Whereabouts? I was in Bedford itself, but worked at Central Bedfordshire Council, so it was based in Ampthill. We're trying to work out, if our paths have crossed during that time. But so readings helps you think about things from different people's perspectives. Beth, wow. Yeah, no, absolutely, because you hear the voice and the story of different characters and how they interact, don't you? Yeah, so how we just hold that idea in daily life, especially if we're dealing with a situation of feel or a person whose behaviour we are experiencing as difficult or challenging or conflict. What is going on with that person? Why are they acting out? What are they acting out of? Some cats claim to be therapy cats, but they just run the house. Yet my cat thinks that if I'm wearing shorts, my legs are a scratching post. I don't find that very therapeutic. However, what I do to him afterwards is more therapeutic. Yes, vets for you, sunshine. Sorry, no cats were hurt in the harmed. No cats were harmed in the making of this Compline. Recommendation from Leslie for a book about Celtic saints. David Cole's book apparently is very, very good. Actually, you're in Flitwick. Yeah, or as the Thameslink train used to say, Flitwick. To much hilarity on the train. And I've always wondered, right, Professor Flitwick from Harry Potter, I've always wondered if J.K. Rowling wrote that as Flitwick. Is he Professor Flitwick? We need to find J.K. Rowling and ask her. She's not in my cupboard, unfortunately. Writing the next Harry Potter book or whatever. It's Flitwick. Wow, fantastic. So do you know Graham Claydon Knights? I'm not sure he's still there, but certainly I trained with him, and he was there, I think. Did I ever preach in Flitwick? No. Clophill, yes. Ampthill, yes. Flitwick, no. Right. So somebody's using that David Cole book on Advent, Celtic Advent, in her prayers, which, like Bev, if you like a sort of quiet, meditative space sometime in the day, that's a very good place to go. Over to Sally Coleman's Facebook page for her public journey through Advent each night. Thank you. Yeah, so thank you for sharing all of that. That's helped me think again about reading. I don't know if it's just because of screens, but I find it really hard to read. It was during sabbatical, I got into it. It was hard work. But once I got back into it, it was fantastic. But again, after sabbatical, I'm just aware I'm not reading as much, either non-fiction books or fiction. I just find it really hard to engage. And yeah, thank you. You reminded me about the importance of reading and what it gives us in terms of different perspectives and our sense of inner resilience and how important it is. So again, big shout out and love to all those in education. Who help us develop those skills, and not just the skill of reading, but all those other benefits that we talked about tonight that it can bring in terms of stress, anxiety, resilience, all of those. Well, there we are. We have the answer. J.K. Rowling was on a train coming through Flitwick, and that's where she got the idea from. I did not know that. That's very interesting. Thank you. Right. So she did mean Flitwick. Right. Because it's interesting, isn't it? You read a book, and you pronounce things a certain way, especially if it's sort of a fantasy book where they're all kind of relatively made up names. And then you watch some sort of TV or film adaptation of it, and it's a completely different pronunciation. I always said, in my head, it was always Voldemort. I always assumed that T would be silent, and yet in the films it's pronounced Voldemort. So who knows? I was trying to give it a bit of a French thing, like Voldemort. Voldemort, oui, mon petit filou. And you do know Graham. I was off to Northampton 2 years ago. 2 years. Good grief. Time is flying too quick. There we are. And Joyce's daughter is in Baldock. Yes, I know Baldock. Yeah, just on the border with Bedfordshire. We used to do a lot of stuff over the border because we're in central Bedfordshire. Although they're just kind of neighbours on. Spent a lot of time going off to carers in Hertfordshire, who were, their carers work in Hertfordshire was pretty ahead of the game. Spent a lot of time going over there, nicking ideas. Sorry, modelling good practice. That's what I was doing. Modelling good practice, yes. Cool. Thank you for sharing, everybody. And I hope that between us, we've maybe got some ideas for how we care for ourselves. And just to reiterate again, if you want to message me, if you fancy coming on one night in front of camera, just to have a conversation, not a grilling, just a conversation, just to hear some of your story in terms of faith or music and how the two things go together, that'd be awesome. I am going to veto any talk about faith and Daniel Donald, my mother, all right? So particularly from a rock and metal persuasion, all right? Yes, and until Daniel O'Donnell releases his cover of Black Sabbath songs, oh gosh, could you imagine? Oh, my ears. Ugh. Anyway, shall we pray? Are there things we want to pray for this evening? I want to pray just in the situation. I'm sure it's like in other countries, but certainly here in the UK, speaking to someone today who works in a hospice, and just the deficit the funding that they have for that absolutely vital work. And so just pray that as communities and society, especially during this time, and because of the experience of COVID, that we just value how important good end of life care is, and the importance of spirituality, even if you are not a person of faith, but the spirituality of that within you, and the work that goes on there. So again, prayers for all who work in hospices, the people and the families of people in hospices. And yeah, that's, the need for funding might be taken seriously. Yeah, so thank you, Sally. Pray for colleagues and others who are under stress. Yeah, those living with anxiety disorders as well. Also want to pray, I picked up on the news this morning that there's talk of a proposal potentially being made. So I'm not saying it's happening, as I understand this morning. The Chancellor is keen for the Prime Minister to make a statement about reducing the level that the UK pays in foreign aid. The Foreign Secretary has kind of briefed against it. I think I've spoken against that this would not be a good thing. The reason he gave was that it would kind of diminish the UK's standing within the global community. And that may be the case. I think I'm more concerned about the impact on, actual humanitarian work, whether it's responding to natural disasters, famine relief, getting food and shelter to people in some very dangerous situations and vulnerable situations. I'm all bothered about that, and I don't want to get political with a big P about it. I understand that the government are, looking at how, because of the impact of COVID economically for this country, are there ways in which some money can be used to offset some of that? But just very concerned about, just very concerned about that, really. I don't know what charities that work overseas think, or whether there's, if people feel minded to perhaps contact the Foreign Secretary or the local MP and ask them to ask for clarity on what the impact would be on some of the work being done in different countries, if that UK level of foreign aid is reduced. So if we pray for all priests and clergy and those spiritually ministering to others. Yeah, amen. Oops, didn't press the right button there. And again, DFID has been scrapped, and this funding is now part of the Foreign Office. And I think when that change was made, there seemed to be some noise being made about, but it wouldn't affect funding. I mean, this might have been suggested if DFID was still here. I don't know, but it's just interesting that it's happened after DFID as a department was absorbed into the Foreign Office. And again, I'm not trying to be political about it. I'm just saying that this virus has taught us that we are all connected across this world. It's taught us in this country, and when we look at the stories from across the world, that again, it is the most vulnerable who are most adversely affected. Still, as one of the most well-off countries in the world, what is our response or duty of care to share some of our resources with others? I don't know, it's up to perhaps each of us an individual conscience, but I'm just putting it out there. I picked it up and it concerns me. So pray for all of that. And again, pray for those in government trying to balance some very, very difficult decisions. Absolutely. So shall we offer all our prayers as we say together, or in something more approximating a version of the Lord's Prayer that you might know, or whatever language is your native tongue. Let us pray.
To the one in whom all people and all creation have their being, may your kingdom come, your will be done, as above, so below. Sustain us for this day. Show us grace as we seek to show grace to those we feel have wronged us. Save us from the worst that is within us and within this world. For the kingdom, the power, and the glory are yours, now and forever. Amen.
So as we offer that prayer, echoed by Bev, bless you, thank you. But that prayer that talks about the kingdom and the all-parent God, the divine, whatever word you want to use, in whom we put our trust and our needs for ourselves and for others. These words from Machine Head, from the song Be Still and Know. Shake our grief, hold on to belief, there is relief. No change will be permanent, our strength enduring, bright, incandescent. And the sun will rise, dawn will break through blackest night. Distant in its glow, this will pass. Be still and know. So as we prepare to send each other for rest, as we take our rest in the Lord, having given to God all those things, that personally and on behalf of others and all humanity and creation concern us, so that we can not be anxious. These words from Bullet for My Valentine, and again, just that sense of actually things will be different. Yes, through prayer, but yes, through us as we seek to bless others by trying to be the answer to somebody else's prayer through who we are, what we do, what we say, how we use our time, how we, where we put ourselves. These words are call to action, but after you've had some rest. So call to action to be ringing in your ears tomorrow morning. Saints, don't be afraid. Let it out. I want to hear your thunder. Sinners, are you ready to rage? Rage. Sinners, are you ready to rage? Loud and proud, I want to hear your thunder. So, let's send each other.
May the peace of the All-Parent be ours this night, and with all people and all creation, in the time that is to come.
Just time, of course, for the notices. Well, there isn't any really, apart from say I'll see you tomorrow night. And yeah, hit us up if you fancy coming on for a chat about faith, music, whatever. Well, not whatever, faith, music, and things like that. But also a reminder, not tonight, not tomorrow night, which is the 18th, not tomorrow, the night after that, which is the 19th, but on Friday, Demon Hunters live stream playing their new album in its entirety. You can watch this online. We can chat in the comments. It's $15.99. Facebook, search Demon Hunter. Make sure it's the official one, and follow the links about what to do. Yeah, just checking comments. Oh no, Joyce, you're welcome. And yeah, thank you, Mark. Love to you all, and I hope there's still much music making going on in your house. Yeah, so I think yes, that is the extent of tonight's notices. It's worth waiting for, wasn't it? But don't go just yet, because blisters and others. Let us sway. Write to your MP about starting aid if you feel motivated to. Oh my goodness me! The whole point of tonight was to unbox something from Witch Hazel. Don't go! Don't go! Come back! Come back! Come back! Oh, Leslie, thank you. It's a nice company, but don't go yet. Don't go yet. I forgot to do the unboxing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I repent. I lay it down. I'm sorry. ASMR awesome. Yeah. What do we have? I should have opened this sooner for the swaying. But yes. Hey. Witch Hazel scarf. Boom. With Witch Hazel on one side, in lovely black and gold. And on the other side is a sword. Yes. Oh. Ooh. And a crown. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. It's very soft. Chastely bits. I wonder if I can recreate what Colin did when we got him. We kind of held it up like a sort of beard. It's a chastely bit. It was really good. I can't do it. But yeah. Oh, that's nice. So tomorrow, my tote bag here, my tote bag and my scarf will be going to Sainsbury's along with my Witch Hazel pin. Yeah. If hopefully people will ask, good sir, what is this Witch Hazel stuff which you are wearing, and from whence might one purchase such fine garb? And I can tell them to make their way over to www.witchhazel.bandcamp.com. Yes. Oh, it's going to keep you really nice and warm. I like that. I cannot praise the scarf highly enough. No. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, wait. Is that everything? Is that everything? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah. Just because it said something on the back, I thought it had a plus sign. It didn't. It was a times sign. 1 times football scarf Pentecost design. Yeah. Cool. There we go. I'm going to go and pretend I'm in a Victorian novel by Charles Dickens by wearing my scarf indoors, like a muffler, like Bob Scratchit in A Christmas Carol. Yeah. Speaking of Christmas, don't forget to after you've been to witchhazel.bandcamp.com, stop by stairway.bandcamp.com and maybe buy their Christmas single. Definitely one to listen to whilst wearing your Witch Hazel scarf, keeping warm and ice skating, like some pastiche of what we do at Christmas. Anyway, take care, people. Remember, you are loved, you are held, we hold together. So I can't say that, that's copyright 117 www.allwecan.org.uk. But yeah, we are held together by each other and by the divine God, the other. Yeah. And tomorrow is a new day. So until then, from me, handheld of Whitby, good night. we finished yet? No. Will you shut up? Well, shut up, Hill. Keep your hair on. Don't you mock my hair. I'll turn you into a snake. Bye. Has it gone yet? No, I can't find the button. Press the button. I'm pressing the button now. Okay. Bye. Bye.